Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ. Bless. Got a class for y'all today. The indignation of mothers and frustration of fathers. All right, so let's get started with a very, very basic precept. 1 Corinthians 11. Start at verse 1. Let's establish some order, all right? Get that.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
So Paul's letting us know, hey, follow him as he follows Christ. Read.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
Read.
And keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
So keep the ordinances as I'm about to lay them out to you. Read.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
So he just laid out the order for the nuclear family. The nuclear family is considered the traditional family. The nuclear family consists of a mother, a father, their biological children. A single parent is a parent who cares for one or more children without the assistance of the other biological parent. Step families are becoming more familiar in America. Why? Because things are happening out of order, and you're having a lot of anger between mothers and fathers. Let's get Job 42 and 15, because the head of the house is to provide for the family. But when that structure is disrupted, you start to have problems. Read that. Let's see what a father's supposed to do.
Job chapter 42, verse 15.
Come on.
And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job.
As the who?
As the daughters of Job.
So these were Job's daughters. Let's see what he did for his daughters. Read.
And their father gave them inheritance.
He did what?
Gave them inheritance.
You didn't have to twist his arm to do it, because that's a father's responsibility. Come on.
Among their brethren.
So now let's get Luke 11 and 11. Because this has gotten all misconstrued today in Babylon the Great. We are literally getting married at roughly about a 34% rate, and it's only dropping. Read that.
Luke chapter 11, verse 11.
Come on.
If a son shall ask bread of any of you that is a father.
So if a son, I'm using this for this particular reason. If a son asks bread for his father, come on, watch this.
Will he give him a stone?
Is he going to give him a rock to eat? Read.
Or if he asks a fish, will he for a fish give him a serpent?
So is he going to give him a serpent instead of a fish to eat? No. A father's going to give his son what he needs to eat. Give me 2 Corinthians 12 and 14.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 14.
Come on.
Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you, and I will not be burdensome to you. For I seek not yours, but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children.
This is what we often see today. Parents are saying, what can their children do for them, rather than doing what they are supposed to do for their children. And that creates a lot of frustration between mothers and fathers. 1 Timothy 5 and 8.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8.
Come on.
But if any provide not for his own.
So it says, if any provide not for his own, come on.
And especially for those of his own house.
Your own household, your own family. Read.
He had denied the faith.
Come on.
And is worse than an infidel.
You are worse than an unbeliever. But children, guess what? Exodus 20 and 12. You have to reverence your family. You have to reverence and respect your mother and your father. Because a lot of you doggone teenagers, y'all are different. This new breed of person, these teenagers, some of them are zip damn crazy. And they think they have to, yeah, no. That's how they talk. And then they grow up to be crazy adults. Read that.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12.
Come on.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Come on.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Now, your days are going to be long if you honor your parents. I came from the generation, if you were dishonest to your parents. They had this belt. And now we ain't condoning nothing crazy. Scripture tell you whoop them on the sides. But I come from the generation where you got your ass towed up if you were dishonest. You dishonored your parents. Sirach 3 and 3.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 3.
Oh, slow down. Let me get it. There we go. Come on.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sin.
So if you honor your father, you make an atonement for your sin. This is not being taught to children today. The only place that's teaching this is the Israelites. The world is not teaching you how to honor your father. Read on. Come on.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
So that's like laying up treasure when you honor your father and your mother. You show them the due respect. You can't pay them back for what they're doing for you. But you can in a way if you show them that you appreciate what they're doing. Read on.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
So you're going to have joy of your own children because now you're going to know what to teach them because you learn it and you conform to what your father was teaching you, thus saith the Lord. Read.
And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
So you will be heard because we know the scriptures say the Lord don't hear sinners. If you dishonoring and disobeying your parents in the truth, the Lord he ain't hearing you. Give me Sirach 7:27.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 27. Honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
So don't forget the sorrows of your mother. You know, oftentimes you hear, I carried you for 9 months. She washed your little behind, taught you how to potty train, endured the pains of educating your little badass, and you want to disrespect your parents? What's wrong with these people? Read that again.
Honor thy father with thy whole heart.
Your daddy out there working hard. He oftentimes fathers will forego their comforts to make sure that their families are taken care of. That's what fathers do. They forego those things, and oftentimes they sitting and trying to figure out better ways to provide for their families. And oftentimes people they don't realize that. This generation, up and coming generation, they do not realize that, and that's frustrating for a father. Read on.
And forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
Read.
Remember that thou wast begotten of them.
So remember, the Lord sent you through them. Those are your parents. He sent you through them. Read.
And how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee?
How can you pay them back the things that they've done for you? Really think about that before you jump, flip, and get disrespectful with your parents. Give me Proverbs 30:11. I'm get all the scriptures out first before I start showing the videos because what a lot of y'all do is y'all log off. Y'all just want to watch videos.
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 11. There is a generation that curseth their father.
There is a what?
There is a generation that curseth their father.
There is a generation that curseth their father. That ain't no good. F him. There is a generation that does, they do these things. They curse their fathers. Read.
And does not bless their mother.
They talk crazy to their mother. I don't know about y'all. I come from a generation where you didn't do nothing crazy to your father or your mother. This new generation, they will fight their mother and they will pull weapons on their fathers. I got the receipts. Read it again. Come on.
There is a generation that curseth their father and doth not bless their mother.
And they won't bless their mother. Read.
There is a generation that appear in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness.
They are not putting away their filthiness. You really got to think about how messed up you have to be to go against the person that you came out of, that the Lord brought you through. He brought you out of them, and you want to attack them. 2 Timothy 3. And read verse 1.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
So dangerous times are here. I don't know if you're paying attention to the news and what's going on. War is all over the place. Rumors of war is all over the place. Things are getting crazy. Read.
For men should be lovers of their own selves.
You see that right now. Our people, the love of neighbors has gotten cold. Read.
Covetous. Boasters.
Read.
Proud.
Come on.
Blasphemers.
Watch this.
Disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to their own parents. You cannot make it up. Read.
Unthankful.
Unthankful.
Unholy.
Unholy. Won't do nothing the Bible say. They won't even keep the commandments. But they'll go against their parents. Exodus 21:17. If I'm going too fast, I'll slow down. I just get excited about topics like this. Because you really gotta understand, hurt people. It's easier to teach children than hurt people. That's why the Bible says to train up a child in the way that they will go and they won't depart. If they do go off and serve the Lord, but you can train them the right way according to the commandments. Read that.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 17.
Come on.
And he that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
So you heard that right there? When you go against your parents, the Lord will put you to death. All right, now, the first video, if Delusional was a person.
You have to make, yeah.
He has to make $3,578 million a month.
What will you be bringing to the table?
I can twerk,
Twerk?
and I have
Twerk.
a thong in every color.
Girl, what's your employer's name?
No, I'm unemployed. I don't work.
Can you cook?
Ramen noodles
Oh,
and cereal, the hot cereal, like oatmeal.
not like oatmeal. What's 4 plus 4?
Yeah, I've been single for a while,
Yeah, we can tell.
so
Did she say oatmeal? And 4 plus 4 is...
back to the things that I could cook. I forgot to add salads. I can make a good salad.
Girl, it's 8. The answer's 8.
So do you think you have anyone available that meets my criteria?
Your criteria?
That's what I said.
No,
I'm quite sure it's someone
it isn't.
that makes that much
No,
money.
it isn't. No.
Okay, well, you just let me know. You have my number.
We won't.
Let me know.
This is what's out here. This is what happens when children are not trained properly, become adults. That's an extreme example. Get me Sirach chapter 7, verse 26. Sirach chapter 7, verse 26.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 26. Hast thou a wife
Come on.
after thy mind?
Jump to verse 25.
Verse 25.
Read that.
Marry thy daughter,
Uh-huh.
and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
No father wants his daughter out here walking around without a Lord. And no mother wants their daughter running around out here in this truth unattached to somebody. Because that's what you have right there. Read on.
But give her to a man of understanding.
Can you give that to a man of understanding right there? I can twerk. I can make ramen noodles. Yeah, we got sisters that'll teach the sister how to, learn things. We have programs for that. But really think about that. That's what's out here. It's like the more ignorant our people sound out here, the more praise they get. But what the Bible say? Read that again.
But give her to a man of understanding.
Read.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Uh-huh.
Forsake her not.
Because when you have that wife after your mind, what is she going to do? She's going to teach the children. Thus saith the Lord. She's going to teach them the commandments because that's what you're teaching her. You're instructing your house and she's going to instruct your children. That way you don't have that foolishness running around. Read on.
But give not thyself over to a light woman.
You can't give yourself to a woman like that right there. She will destroy you. She will destroy you. Give me Judah chapter 10 and verse 14. I'm going to calm down. Y'all here. I see y'all over there getting antsy. I'm going to lean back. Just a little bit. I ain't going to lean back far, just a little bit, though.
Judith chapter 10, verse 14.
This is what you want your sons to marry right here. Read that.
Now when the men heard her words
Uh-huh.
and beheld her countenance,
Read.
they wondered greatly at her beauty and said unto her,
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast saved thy life, in that thou hast hasted to come down to the presence of our Lord.
Read verse 14 again, the first part.
Now when the men heard her words.
They heard her words. She wasn't speaking no foolishness. They heard her words. Now jump to chapter 12, verse 14. They
Judith,
heard her words.
Judith chapter 12, verse 14.
Come on.
Then said Judith unto him, Who am I now, that I should gainsay my Lord?
Damn. Read.
Surely, whatsoever pleaseth him, I would do speedily, and it shall be my joy until the day of my death.
That is what you want to hear. Damn. She wasn't talking about cooking no top ramen. She said, read that again. This is therapy. This is therapy for fathers when their daughters are married to righteous brothers, keeping the commandments. And this is how they speak.
Then said Judith unto him, Who am I now, that I should gainsay my Lord.
Uh-huh.
Surely, whatsoever pleases him, I will do speedily.
Damn, she said, I'll do it quickly, speedily. Like not wasting time, just doing it. Read.
And it shall be my joy until the day of my death.
She said, it's going to be my joy till the day that I die. Read the next verse.
So she
Damn.
arose and decked herself with her apparel and all her women's attire.
She put on woman's attire. She didn't put on no damn spandex romper and no cumbrellas. Her woman's attire. Read.
And her maid went and laid soft skins on the ground for her over against her Holofernes, which she had received of Bagoas for her daily use, that she might sit and eat upon them.
So she knew how to dress. She knew how to dress. That's a cold sister right there. Now let's get the next one. Let's see the opposite. Single mothers raise daughters to be single.
Why do women seem to always have to ruin multiple relationships and go on some self-discovery journey to figure out things that are common sense? That's fair. Men and women both do that, though. But I will say that I was raised by a single mother. So it is the way we are being raised and conditioned. I also looked up the statistics that 40%.
She just told on the single mother. She told on the sisterhood. She said, that's how I was raised. She said, I was raised by a single mother and I was raised that way. That fear was put in her by a single mother. Back it up and play it again. They missed it.
Why do women seem to always have to ruin multiple relationships and go on some self-discovery journey to figure out things that are common sense? That's fair. Men and women both do that, though. But I will say that I was raised by a single mother. So it is the way we are being raised and conditioned. I also looked up the statistics that 40% of the modern day household is single mothers are raising their children. So my mother raised me to think more independently and choose myself over a man, especially if that mother had no help in the household by the man and she's bitter and angry that she didn't get that support. She's going to raise up her daughters to think that we are independent without a man and we don't need any man and we shouldn't prioritize them because they could come in and abuse you. And so I had all these fears. I had all these fears implemented in me when I got married.
Did you hear that? She said, I had all these fears put into me by her mother. 2 Timothy 1 and verse 7.
2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7.
Come on.
For God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power,
read,
and of love, and of a sound mind.
And of a sound mind. The Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. But guess what? When you're conditioned to be fearful, what are you going to do? You're going to poison your mind, the mind of children with that same foolishness. Something Bishop Nathaniel said, fear is a manipulation of emotion. And mothers have mastered that. They've mastered how to, single mothers, they are master manipulators and when it comes to destroying those young children's mind with fear. They teach them men are something to be feared. Hell, the women out here doing stuff way more crazy than the men are nowadays. Them the ones you got to look out for. But that's another discussion. Acts 7:22. Acts chapter 7, verse 22.
The book of Acts chapter 7, verse 22. And Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians and was mighty in words and in deeds.
Read.
And when he was full 40 years old,
come on,
it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel.
Read.
And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed.
So Moses made a choice. He made a choice. And it cost him a lot. But in the end, guess what? Lord was dealing with him. That's why I wanted that. Now give me Hebrews 11. Hebrews chapter 11.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents.
Come on.
Because they saw he was a proper child.
He was a proper child. Read.
And they were not afraid of the king's commandment.
So they weren't fearful. So guess what they didn't do? They didn't put fear into their son. They didn't do that. A lot of that fear stems from mothers because that fear was put into them. But you have to break that chain. And this is how you do it. Don't put fear in your children. Get married. Come to God. Come into the understanding of God's commandments and be retaught. Read on.
By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Refused the world's wealth. Because in case you didn't know back then, Egypt was loaded. He said, I'm not doing that. Come on.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
So he chose. He refused to be under Pharaoh. He said, you know what? I want to be with my people. Because he was taught right. He was taught the right way. Philippians 2:12.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
So you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, now give me the YouTube video. I want the first 3 minutes. First 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
The biggest challenges black people have for the next 100 years, the number one challenge is the existential crisis of the black family. The existential crisis of the black family. Marriage in our culture is down to 34%. When we were growing up, it was 85%, is now down to 34%.
Did you hear that? He said the biggest challenge, really think about it. How can you build a strong nation without the nuclear family? Really think about it. The community is not single mother and children. It's a Lord in the house, then the rib, then the children under Christ. Let me say that right. Yeah, God, Christ, men, women, children. That's how it's structured. But if you only got, back it up a little bit, if you only got 34% of households being married, that is a systemic problem in our community. Play on.
The biggest challenges black people have for the next 100 years, the number one challenge is the existential crisis of the black family. The existential crisis of the black family. Marriage in our culture is down to 34%. When we were growing up, it was 85%, is now down to 34%. 71% of our sisters are not married, 29% will never get married, 63% of our brothers are not married, 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture.
Did you hear that? You're not going to maximize your potential in your culture if you're not married. Sisters, you're not strong and independent. You can't do it without the men. Back it up a little bit so they can catch that. That brother dropping all kind of jewels right there.
71% of our sisters are not married.
31% of our sisters are not married. 31%. And that number's only dropping. Read on. Play on.
Will never get married. 63% of our brothers are not married. 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture.
So the title of this video says, "The Sobering Truth, the number one challenge in the black community is the..."
I think his name is Tisha Zeph. He's a brother from Zambia. I think he's from Zambia. All right,
existential crisis of black family. Let's continue to listen.
Only exists. This is an interesting but negative statistic. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American black people. It does not exist on the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora.
Did you hear what that brother just said? He said this only exists amongst African American people. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the ones they call African American, this only exists amongst us. Give me a quick scripture, Ecclesiastes 4:9. I'm going to play the rest of this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1.
We the only ones that can't seem to get this through our heads for some reason. And it's doggone frustrating. Read it again.
2 are better than 1.
Come on.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
Read.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
So two are better than one. So if you fall, you got help. It's that simple. Read.
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth.
But destruction to that person that's by themselves when they fall. Read.
For he had not another to help him up.
You ain't got no help. We are the only nation that can't seem to figure this out. Marriage before sex. We are just hell-bent on doing things ass backwards. Babies, and then maybe you have a damn baby shower, and then later on down the line, excuse me, you want to look for a husband. Why not get the husband first? You can't make this stuff up. Finish that out. There shouldn't be much more on it.
There must be something in the water. We must fix this. It is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth. Quick statistics. For 350 years, household median income was dominated by white people. They were number one in this country. They no longer are number one. They're number three. And there's a reason for it. So who has the highest household median wealth in America?
So watch this. Watch what he says. Watch what he says. He's about to drop something. He's going to tell you who's got the highest. And we know they all uncertain riches. But really think about it. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Because look at us as a whole family, a whole nation.
Zephaniah.
Go ahead, read it.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together, O nation not desired. And in case you're not watching the news, a lot of benefits are going away, and it's going to put a lot of hurt on our sisters. But guess what? That brother that's got that 40K a year job looking real good right now. But watch what he about to say. Watch this. Play on.
East Indians, $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%.
Pause there right there. He said they are married at a 94% rate. And combined income, this is the husband working and the wife working. But what are these bald head miserable sisters out here that didn't want to keep no commandments say? Oh, you got to be making six figures. But that nigga won't work and help. The destroyed-minded Negro will not work to help the brother out. Sit at home all day, eat damn bonbons or something. Back it up and play it again so people can catch that.
Reason for it. So, who has the highest household median wealth in America? It's East Indians, $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. Two are working. Who's number two?
Also interesting.
Chinese Asians. Household median income, $110,000
Hold
a
on.
year.
So Moab and Ammon got enough damn sense to get married and work together. What's wrong with us? We should be pissed off that the help is out here. They got enough sense to say, well, you know what? I'm going to get married and we're going to work together. No, not the African Americans. For some reason, our people, we just don't get it. We don't get it or we don't want to get it. Play on.
Marriage rate close to 70%. Number three are white people.
Wow.
Household median income, $88,000 a year. What's the marriage rate? Almost 50%.
Wow, that's interesting. By the way, this is Dr.
So
George
we
C.
can drop
Frazier.
that. We can drop that. Now get me the video of the sister. The one that says all children. That one. Because this is what's being this is what's being perpetuated. And this one right. Oh gosh.
Our kids don't need their father in their life.
Pause it right there. Right out the gate, you can tell this woman has no understanding. She says, my kids don't need their father in their life. Have you heard of the school to prison pipeline? All of these traps, these snares and these traps, why do you think they're able to continue to prosper the way that they do? The prisons, the boys' homes, the Azaway ranches, things of that sort, where they put problematic children because of bull crap thinking like that right there. because you got people with that type of mentality running around here reproducing. They won't get married. They'll just lay down, have a baby, and go on about their way. And brothers, you got to stop having sex outside of marriage, because you just as damn guilty as these sisters right here. Stop putting babies in people like this. Play on.
My kids don't need their father in their life. If the quality of your happiness as a single mother is tested on a constant basis, if the way that he treats you is detrimental to your
real quick, what the hell are they going around talking about? They just gonna be happy 24/7. You just walk around smiling all the time. What the hell? Happy? Marriage is work. Yeah, you live joyfully with your wife and everything, but marriage is work. It's work. Where I don't know who the hell putting this Disney fairy tale in these sisters' heads about it's just gonna be just tiptoeing through the tulips. No, you got work to do. You didn't hear how the East Indians, they got jobs. They out working. They come home. They make sure their children do their homework, and they teach them that Buddha. They teaching them Buddha. They work, but for some damn reason, we think that marriage is supposed to be all easy. Play on.
And emotional health. Do you have to make that decision? I used to get so angry, and I used to go into these deep, dark spaces every time I had to deal with him. By the time my kids came home to be with me, I'm depleted emotionally. My kids don't need their father in their life.
Get mad. Go to the next one. Father's important. Lord help us. We got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do, Israel, because that type of mentality is running around out here. It's still here in Babylon. It's running around, and it's starting to spread in other places.
Good. Thank you. This is my mom.
This is our father right here. This is our father. This is a little shiftless brother coming over, and he wants to take it. Now we don't condone proms and none of that foolishness, but this is what our people need to see. They need to see strong fathers in houses, because that's his wife and that's his daughter. And this dude's coming over to, I guess, take his daughter out. So play the video.
Rolando.
Nice to meet you. Rolando.
Nice to meet you.
I see where you get your looks from.
Thank you.
But watch when the father roll up. See, he ain't buying none of that foolishness. Watch it.
Thank you. Can I take that?
Oh, yeah.
Rolando, this is my dad.
What's up, Mr. Laveau? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, let me holler at him for a second. Oh, let me talk to you, bro.
Look at their faces. What? Look at their faces. Why they looking like that for? This is what fathers do. Check this dude's temperature real quick. Yeah, play on. I don't want to ruin it. Come on.
All right, don't worry about it, okay? We're just gonna talk.
So here's what's up. For the past 16 years, my daughter's safety and protection has been my responsibility and my responsibility only. Now, for the first time in her life, I see I gotta hand you that responsibility. Don't fuck up, or your mama will weep and she has to wheel your ass around every day the rest of your life.
Yes. Now, I'm not saying, go hurt the brother, not like that, but that's what fathers do. Like, hey, look, no, you heard from my daughter? Let me holler at you real quick. The mother was just gonna let her just go out. Oh, you look so good. Hey, I see where she got looks from. And that going out there and become a baby mama. Play the next one.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to
chef.
teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn.
Damn. Cut. He said, how are y'all learning how to be wives if your mother wasn't one? They all, because quietness is kept. A lot of these sisters won't tell you they want to be wives, but they don't possess the skills necessary to do it. They have to be taught. Give me that in Titus 2. He asked him a great question. If I want to learn how to be a nuclear physicist, I got to go hang with other nuclear physicists. That's the only way I'm going to learn. For you sisters that are aspiring to be wives, guess what? You can't hang around these single sisters and expect them to learn how to be a wife. You have to go around wives to be taught how to be a wife. Read that.
Titus chapter 2, verse 4.
That's it.
That they may teach the young women to be sober.
This is what wives teach these younger sisters who are aspiring to be wives. Read.
To love their husbands. To love their children.
These things have to be taught to sisters. They don't just, as quiet, people may think, they're not just born with this. They have to be taught these things. Read.
To be discreet. Chaste. Keepers at home.
To not be in the streets. How do you say she belonged to the streets? No, sis, you don't belong to the streets. You belong to a Lord. Read on.
Good. Obedient to their own husbands.
Obedient to her own husband. She has to be taught these things. Go back to the video.
You're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook. You're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wise. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers because they are single. They're single mother. And they like, I'm going to teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be educated. So you don't need to depend on no man and get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife, the same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wives. And you married.
Get me Sirach chapter 36, verse 24. He said a lot of y'all are married and y'all ain't even wives. And don't want to go around wives to learn how to be wives.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
He said a help like unto himself. That means he's got someone that's going to help. A pillar of rest, not stress. She ain't standing there with the bills the minute he walked through the door. She's doing this, Sirach 26 and 16.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 16.
Come on.
As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
So you ever came outside around 9, 10 o'clock when the sun's just coming up? It's just hitting your skin. That nice warmth, like that. This feels great. He's comparing that to what? Read the last part.
So is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
The ordering of her house. Everything is set in order. Sirach 36 and 22. These are things we read in Titus 2. These are what wives teach other sisters how to be. They teach them these things. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
That brother felt like he could tear down Rome if she's got kindness in her tongue. She's speaking life into the brother. She knows how to comfort him. We read in Judith. Judith knew how to talk. She said, it's my, we're going to get that again later on. But Judith knew how to talk. Now get that man work all day.
Explain to me how a man can work all day to keep a woman home nice and comfortable, and he'll come home to no punani, no home cooked meal, and a dirty house.
Go back to what she just said. Said he can work all day. Just run it again. She's saying it too fast. She said it way too fast for everybody to catch it. Play it.
Explain to me how a man can work all day to keep a woman home nice and comfortable, and he'll come home to no punani, no home cooked meal, and a dirty house. I mean, isn't the whole point of staying home to help make the person who's working all day's life easier?
She said, you at home all day. Brother come home, can't get no due benevolence. I'm going to keep it PG. No due benevolence. She ain't cooking nothing. Because why? Let's get to the bottom of it. Her mama didn't teach her nothing. Her mama didn't teach her nothing. That's why the sisters in it, y'all got a big job to do. Ezekiel 16:44. Y'all got a big job to do.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44.
Come on.
Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
Read.
Thou art thy mother's daughter.
You are your mother's. As much as our sisters like to say, I'm nothing like my mother, you are your mother's daughter. And oftentimes you'll see it with the relationship, because oftentimes as quiet as it's kept, some of these daughters, they can't stand their mothers. Why is that? Because y'all are too much alike. That's what it is. That's what it is. Isaiah 32:9. As quiet as it's kept, I say you look just like your daddy and you just like your mother.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
You sisters that are at ease, y'all got a lot of work to do with these young and coming sisters coming up. You can't be like, well, that ain't my problem. Yes, that is your problem. You can't come up on code and watch them continue to go the hell off. No, you have to instruct them and check them. Y'all have to deal with them sisters. We getting the brothers in line, but y'all got to work on them sisters to teach them. Got to teach these sisters. Proverbs 22:6. Got to teach these sisters.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
If you don't do your job, the streets will. If you don't train up your children, the streets are out there waiting on them. It's all kind of foolishness out there that can get caught up in. But we got to make sure we training them up the way that they need to go. Deuteronomy 6:7. Use teachable moments to defeat evil. You have to use these teachable moments.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Read.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Because what you don't want them to do, and this is what I've seen as a new teen trend. This right here. You can't even see their face. This is all you see right here. This is it. And what are they watching? Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. Listening to freaking Pound Town. I don't know what's new, but I'm just going on the filth that I've unfortunately had the opportunity to hear. Now let's see a sister a little bit older. Let's see what she had to say. Watch this. Play the next video.
There's some good men's out there, but what it is now.
She said, "Hold on." The sister said it. Now she's old school, because my grandmother used to talk like this. There's some good men's, like some of our people they speak different. They have different accents, from different parts of the U.S. So they speak a little different. But listen to what the sister is saying. Listen to what she's saying. Go ahead and play.
But there's some good men's out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women going bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah.
Hold on. You hear what she said? She said, hold on. You gonna flip the script on us? You gonna go against the code? You a woman. You supposed to be down with us fornicating, having babies out of wedlock, getting abortions, taking Plan Bs. You supposed to be down with that. How you gonna flip the script on the sister? No, there's some good men out there. Y'all niggas the problem. Y'all are the problem now. Play on.
You a woman yourself.
You see? You see? She said, hold on. You're like us. You're like us. But the sister, I'm telling you what it is. She's seen so much of this foolishness that she's fed up with it. And you often see it with the older sisters. They'll shake their head. They put their nose down like, These women coming out here with damn bonnets on. Now the men are wearing bonnets. You can't make it up. Sleeping hats. You can't make this stuff up. Play on.
Do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
That's mean the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You understand? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because if long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 8.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Neither let us commit fornication.
Let us do what?
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000.
The scriptures tell us to not commit fornication. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Do not commit fornication. The sister's saying that some of these things these sisters out here are doing today, and the biggest one that we see a lot of is fornication. Sex outside of marriage. This is what we see in our community. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
Come on.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
So if you're breaking God's laws, you ain't coming in. Don't listen to Christianity where they tell you all you got to do is just I can't remember the foolishness right now because all praise the Lord, I'm Persian on my head. Just believe in Jesus. That's what they tell you. You just believe in Jesus and everything else will work itself out. No. Read that again.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Come on.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators.
So it said fornicators right out the gate. Right out the gate, you're not getting the kingdom of God. If you're committing fornication, you're not getting the kingdom. Repent. Colossians 3 and 5.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 5.
Come on.
Mortify, therefore, your members.
Deaden your members. Come on.
Which are upon the earth.
Read.
Fornication.
Right out the gate. Fornication. Come on.
Uncleanness.
Read.
Inordinate affection.
Inordinate affections. Come on.
Evil concupiscence.
These sexual things, you need to deaden them. This is what's catching a lot of our people up. This is what's getting a lot of our people caught up. And what it's doing is creating a lot of broken homes. Give me 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. For this is the will of God.
Read.
Even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication.
Just stop fornicating. Stop doing it. That's what I'm telling you what that sister was saying, because a lot of these women know the secrets these daughters be doing. A lot of these sisters be bringing in heirs by another. Men be taking care of kids 18, 19 years and don't even know the kid is not his. Give me Sirach 4 and 10. And then you got brothers like this, try to do the right thing.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Come on.
And instead of an husband unto their mother.
So these brothers right here are superheroes. He's stepping up to do the job that another man abandoned. He's stepping up, being a father to the fatherless, because he understands that this child needs a nuclear family. He understands that this is the right way that the family is supposed to be taught. Read on.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Come on.
And instead of an husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother does.
So he's going to love thee more. You can't, you know how they say you can't compare to a mother's love. He said he's going to love you more than a mother's love. Now, play the next video.
At his mother's house, his baby mama was there being combative, a normal occurrence, by the way, in this toxic relationship. She got into a verbal disagreement with her baby daddy right there in front of his mother's house. And instead of getting in the car and going about her business, the woman got so angry, she pulled a weapon on the man. And of course, instead of just standing there and allowing the woman to take him out, he tried to disarm her. That's when her 10-year-old son jumped out, grabbed another weapon, and pulled the trigger, aiming at his stepdad. Luckily, the stepdad survived, but he's in the hospital recovering, while CPS picked up the stepson and 2 other kids. Now, social media, they've been having a field day with this one, calling the 10-year-old Pookie in training a hero, for taking up for his mama, calling him the man, while referring to the stepdad as a snitch for telling the story. When I say the black community is completely destroyed as your average black in America is stuck in a state of arrested development, it's super embarrassing. But here's another example of the L you will hold, men, when you sign up to not only be a stepdaddy simp, but the type of consequences you can face when dealing with a combative, unruly woman and her children with another man's DNA who have no respect for you. You're about to see that whatever happens after you signed up for this deal, it's going to be on you. Nobody is going to look at you as a hero for caring for somebody else's child. Nobody is going to see that you got attacked by this woman and her kid, almost got wiped out by a hood rat and her pookie son in training. No one is going to help with the hospital bills. No one is going to help you recover. But really, nobody is going to have your back. And you're going to have a bunch of idiots calling you a snitch because, I don't know, I guess you were supposed to sit up there and tell the hospital and the officers that you did it to yourself. Never mind the little Montario Dontanavius Jr. was caught on camera doing all of this along with his mama Starkeisha. The whole so-called black community will still drag you. They're going to take up for that hyena and her wild child while they convince.
Stop it there. Sirach 6 and 7. This father here, he stepped in, but guess what? He'd had the commandments of God. He did not have the commandments of God. And they're getting on him, calling him a snitch. For what did he do? The little niglet shot him. He called the cops. Let me hip y'all to something. Anytime you get shot, Lord forbid you get shot, guess what has to happen? You have to go to the hospital to see these men or women in white coats. They're doctors. Guess what they can identify? A gunshot wound. Guess what they're going to do when they identify a gunshot wound? They're going to call the police. They're going to call the cops because guess what? People are not supposed to be shot. You can't make this stuff up. Read Sirach 6 and 7. Our people, man, the spirit was not. This is madness. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 verse 7.
Read.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. And be not hasty to credit him.
I guarantee you, he was looking at the beauty of the mother and he was ignoring all the signs, all of the telltale signs in that 10-year-old. Exodus 21 and 6. 15. Exodus 21:15. The father stepped in to do what his father wasn't doing. And what does the Negro do? He pulls a gun on him.
Exodus chapter 21 verse 15. And he that smited his father or his mother should be surely put to death.
I guarantee you, they don't know that. They don't know that right there. It said he that smite his father. He tried to kill the man that was his being. He stepped up to be his father. And he wanted to put him to death. Deuteronomy 21:18. Boy, I can't. Boy, in this day right here, in this day, y'all little Negroes, y'all keep playing. Keep playing with the Lord.
Deuteronomy.
Time's running out. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 18.
Uh-huh.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father.
So do you think this 10-year-old was obeying his father? Hell no. Read on.
Or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, would not hearken unto them.
You think that father could really step in and chasten that 10-year-old and the mother not say something? You got to prove these sisters. I'm just using these are all extreme examples, but you need to prove these sisters first. Read.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him.
They see that they were both in agreement that we got to do something about this. It wasn't the father was doing something and the mother was like, well, I'm gonna do my own. No, they were both in the same mind right here in the scriptures. Read on.
And bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place.
Read.
And they shall say unto the elders of his city.
Read. Come on.
This our son is stubborn and rebellious.
That's a rebellious little Negro. Read.
He will not obey our voice.
He won't do nothing we tell him to do. Nothing. Read.
He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die.
And that day right there. Come on.
So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
If that was still going on today, we wouldn't have those right there. But since that has ceased, it's coming back though. It's coming back. What do we have today? Get Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 5. This is what we got today. This is what we have today, because guess what? They know that they'll call the police on you.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 5. And the people should be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor.
Read.
The child shall behave.
The who?
The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
But they gonna be mannish as hell. That's what people being proudly mannish. Read.
And the base against the honorable.
That's all I wanted. Give me 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 23. Y'all gotta look for these little. Y'all gotta watch out for these little badass kids, man. When y'all proving these sisters, make sure that the children are in order.
2 Kings chapter 2, verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city.
Because I know everybody think, oh, they're so little, they so cute. There's some nigga kids out there too. Y'all have to block that out. But read on. Come on.
And mocked him. And
they did what?
And mocked him.
They mocked Elijah. Come on.
And said unto him, go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head.
No, Elisha, I'm sorry. Elisha didn't lie. Elisha, they mocked him. As a matter of fact, read verse 22, just so everybody can see it.
Verse 22. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city.
Little bad ass kids. Like, I'm telling you right now, I don't know how many of y'all have ever been to the projects. But yeah, they got bad kids. So when I'm reading this, I'm looking at little Kendrick, little Takarochis, little Keisha over there. Little badass kids are. And what they be doing? Watch this.
And mocked him and said unto him.
Read, come on.
Go up, thou bald head.
Go up, bald head. You bald head. I'm telling you, mannish kids. And they in this truth. Everybody think, oh, my kids, they so good. And y'all got some little bad ones running around in here. Come on, read.
Go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 42 children of them.
Damn.
And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria.
Now, let's get the next one. Women ruin children. No, I'm sorry, women ruin men.
You feel is a decent amount to spend on the first date?
Oh, I don't think it matters.
What? You don't think it matters?
No.
Hold up. Said when you prove, we don't date in Israel. We prove friends. So if you're courting, you're chaperoned out. She said, how much do you think you should spend when y'all go out and stuff like that? 'Cause y'all just friends. She said, it don't matter. And the others was like, what? Huh? What do you mean? A lot of people, they mind ain't right. Play on.
It's going to comfort you heavily for this.
I think these girls that feel like the date that they take you on defines the man that they chose, they're full of crap. It's absolute BS. I think that it's a woman that's looking for the bigger, better deal, that has the audacity to say, I can't believe you want to bring me to the Cheesecake Factory. A lot of these dating scammers that literally go on a date every night just to be able to eat something, you're lucky you're eating tonight because you probably can't afford to do it yourself.
Ooh, damn. She said you can't afford to feed yourself. That's why they all these. I'm telling you, Babylon has got our people mind in a trick bag. They look past the brother that's going to keep God's commandments. Oh, you got to do this. You got to be 6 foot tall, make $100,000 a year. You got to take me here. You got to buy all this extravagant. All this stuff going to burn. All this going to burn. Play on.
Men don't give money. They give bags these days, and you can't eat that. So be grateful that you got some food, and be grateful that a man put in enough effort to take you somewhere. And that's the problem. I personally feel like that's the problem with today's day and age. Like, a lot of men are becoming lazy in dating. They're becoming lazy in the pursuit because there's no appreciation for what they do. And now women have these super high entitlement level thoughts that they deserve to be brought to freaking Bora Bora on their first date. And it's like, who are you to even ask for that? What value have you brought to that man? It's audacity. It's the audacity for me.
Audacity for me.
And on top of that, you should want to be friends with the person that you're choosing anyway. If I don't
Give me Sirach chapter 6, verse 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
She said you should want to be friends first. Where is that at in our community? There's sisters out here running around now talking. I'm telling you, fathers are just mad as hell. You got to pay for the makeup I got to put on. You got to pay for my perfume, my lashes, my nails, my weave. And sisters, news flash. Men don't like that stuff. We don't give a damn about it. We don't care. We like your natural. Message. Play on.
I'm not going on a trip with you. I'm sorry, but Instagram photos on, no. Homegirl, be grateful that man put in some effort. And you know what? The more appreciation that you choose, the better treatment you'll get.
Bar.
That's what I think.
Bar.
I don't think the amount of money matters. I think that just do something that you like. If that man likes you, you like to go, take me salsa dancing. It's free on Wednesday nights before 10 o'clock. And then it's $10 to get in. And I would love that. Buy me a bottle of water because it does get hot and I do sweat, or let's go for a walk in the park. Or let's sit in a car and eat ice cream and talk about aliens, whatever it may be. But that's because are you out here just trying to go on nice dates, or are you out here trying to get to know a person for partnership in life?
She confounded everybody in the room. She said, look, take me. It's free to get in to go dance over here. Just give me some water. I might get hot. Oh, we can go walking. I mean, news for a lot of these sisters, they don't want to walk because they are lard backs. Brothers getting the green, sisters, because guess what? When brothers get there, hey, the shoe gonna go to that side of the room. Next video.
My dad raised me to understand that men play chess and women play checkers, so that they have a completely different line of thinking than women do. I didn't really used to understand what he was talking about, but as I got older I did, and especially the last couple of years, I see in real time every day men creating circumstances for things that women don't see, whether it be positive or negative. And men are meant to do that, he said, because they are the leaders in the home, so they're supposed to create the circumstances for their family's success, and they do that by chess. And it happens completely unbeknownst to women because we just don't think in that way. And that's a good thing. They have a very a strong ability to compartmentalize, and so that they can keep going in difficult situations and hardships that chisel them rather than cripple women, right?
So she said men tend to think differently. Now, but change gears just a little bit. Get the one that says, do mothers hate daughters? That's it right there.
Away towards their daughters, and that is why girls need their fathers. I don't know if it's just in the black community, but I really need the answers. Does anybody else have a story to tell? Have y'all ever experienced that or felt that way? I really need to know. Why do moms hate their daughters?
She said, why do moms hate their daughters? The sister previously said, the one before her, she said, fathers think differently. They establish things so the children have what they need. And she's saying it, look, children need their fathers. They have to have their fathers. Proverbs 30 and 17.
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 17. The eye that mocketh at his father and despiseth to obey his mother.
Because there are children out there that do these things. Because the sister just said it. You need your father. You need both parents. Read on.
The ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagle shall eat it.
He'll pluck your eye out. Don't be mannish. Y'all can look up the definition of mannish later on. Tobit 4 and 3. On Tobit chapter 4, verse 3 and 4.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 3. And when he had called him, he said, my son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life.
Don't stress your parents. Children, don't stress your parents. Read on.
And do that which shall please her, and grieve her not.
And don't grieve your parents. Don't stress them. Do that which is upright according to God. Now, when you don't do those things, play the next video. This is what happens. This is what happens when no structure, when the construction is completely broken down in a house. Read that. Play that.
What you mean you pregnant again, bro? I'm not doing this shit again, bro.
You said, what do you mean you pregnant again? Mind you, she's 14. And she's pregnant again. Play on.
8th grade. Come on, man. Get your shit together, bro. I'm finna send you with your mom. I'm not dealing with this shit, bro. You gotta get out of my house.
I don't care.
You gotta get out of my house, bro.
I'll go with my mom.
You gotta get out of my house, bro.
I'm gonna go with my mom.
The first time you got pregnant, I was cool with that. I don't really trip. I'm like,
he said, hold on, let me tell you something right now. This dude is physically present and he is spiritually absent. He said the first time you got pregnant, I was cool with that. Are you, nigga, what? You 14. 14, he was cool with it? I'm not cool with that. Play on.
Pregnant again? You gotta have doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not
doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not doing it.
You're doing for all this shit, bro.
I'm not
Get your
doing
own
it
shit first. Get your own shit first.
What you mean get my
Get your own shit first. Then you can think about having all these kids. But right
I'm
now,
only in 8th
you're
grade.
doing too much, bro.
I'm only in 8th grade. How am I gonna get my own shit?
What tweaking, bro?
How am I gonna get my own shit?
Answer the phone for your mama.
No.
Answer the phone for your mama. She said, man, you got to get up out of here, bro. I'm not raising those. Bro, I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not, bro. I'm not, bro.
I'm
tired
gonna
of this
leave.
shit, bro.
I'm gonna
Leave right
leave.
now, bro.
No,
Finish putting all this shit in the bag and get the fuck out right now, bro.
No. I'm gonna leave when I'm ready to leave.
I ain't doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Your mama on her way, bro. I don't know where you going, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
She don't even want me to live with her either.
Bro,
So why you
that's
telling
on
me
you
to
and your
leave?
mama, but I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing this.
So you're not gonna take care of your grandson?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I got him. But you went and had another baby, so you doing this shit on purpose.
So what about the next baby?
You doing
You're
this
not
shit on
gonna take care of
purpose,
that
man.
baby either?
Don't worry about all that. Worry about this one now. Find somewhere to go.
Did you hear what she said? She said, okay, you gonna take care of this one and you gonna take care of the next one. You nigga, you are simple as hell. I'm gonna tell you straight like that. Y'all can do what you want. That's some you simple as hell. Get me Sirach 8:6.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 6. Dishonor not a man in his old age. For even some of us wax old.
Because guess what? Your little 14-year-old hot in the ass, guess what's going to happen to you? You going to get old. You're going to get old if Christ don't return. You're going to get old. Guess what? How they say it, you reap what you sow. Guess what? You're going to get old. Proverbs 20:11. I'm going to tell y'all something. She's done this before. Children, they know what they're doing. You got to redirect that behavior. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 11. Even a child is known by his doings.
What?
Even a child is known by his doings. Whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
So he knows what he's doing. They know what they're doing. When they become a certain age, they know what she does. At 14, I guarantee you, she doing the nasty dances, running around with all different type of boys, and that's tolerated. Because she said, well, I'm going to go back by my mother's. I guarantee that behavior is tolerated in both them houses. Sirach 3:12. Instead of helping your damn parents, you run around getting knocked up having babies at 14. You can't make this stuff up.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 12. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
So how the hell is she going to help her father in his age? Because we know it says sons, but daughters, you can help your fathers as they get older. But she can't help her father because guess what? She's at 14 going to make him a grandfather. You cannot make this up. Read on.
And if his understanding fail, have patience with him.
So if, let's say his vision starts to go, he picks something up. It may say pork on the label, and he might put it in the cart. And then you put it back, he put it back in the cart. Hey, have some mercy with him. His vision may not be what it needs to be. He probably can't read as good as he used to. Read on.
Have patience with him.
Be patient.
And despise him not when thou art in thy full strength.
Uh-huh.
For the relieving of thy father shall not.
Because you still in your full ability. He may be 70, 80 years old. His strength is diminishing. His faculties about him are starting to fade. Don't despise them. Don't stress them. Come on.
For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
It won't be forgotten.
And instead of sins, it should be added to build thee up.
So it'll build you up. That's all I wanted on that. Give me, let's get the next one. Children need their fathers. Mom hate daughters.
Verse 9. For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children.
So the children need their father. Because the blessings of the father establishes the houses of the children.
You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you.
Your daddy gives you the foundation, right? Your daddies make boys tough. You understand? He not gonna be tough with his mama. He gonna be emotional. He gonna pull out a gun, shoot you for any reason. Fathers teach children mental toughness. Boy, you better stop crying about that. Suck it up. And you know, leave him alone. No, woman. I got this. You let a father do what he do with his son. You understand that? Get out his way. Let him do what he do, because a father knows I got to get on him because he's a black man in this world. And it's going to be hard for him. So he needs my blessing to establish his house. Read again.
For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children.
Read.
But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations.
The curse of the mother rooteth out those foundations.
All right, give me Haggai 1 and verse 4 through 7. We'll close there.
Haggai chapter 1 verse 4.
Come on.
Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses?
Read on.
And this house lie waste?
Read.
Now, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
So Israel, consider your ways. One more, Sirach 27 and 3. Consider your ways. If these things are something that you're struggling with, that you're battling with, fix them. Fix these things.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord.
So we got to hold ourselves diligently, and we have to instill this in our children. Read.
His house shall soon be overthrown.
Because if not, your house will be overthrown. It will be overthrown. All right? So with that, I'm Officer Micah, IUIC New Orleans. Shalom.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.